Hi, this is Larry Hankin, and you're listening to the Three Geeks Podcast, and I'm on the Three Geeks Podcast. Also, go to thereallarryhankin.com. You see these paintings? You can get them on a T-shirt.
Hi, this is Jason. I'm joined by Dan, John, Justin, and Mike. Justin's name throws me off whenever I look down.
Good, I'm glad. It's supposed to. Really pivot you.
Yoo-hoo. We do not have Max today.
Thankfully.
Max, don't say that. That's
Just
not
kidding.
nice.
Just kidding.
Max is off Pokemoning and going to a kid's soccer game. So everybody, feel free to ask him how that went later on.
I thought you meant Max is off poking men. I was like, what?
Yes.
He just has to live his truth, Mike.
At a kid's soccer game.
That
Oh,
threw
damn.
me for a second there.
That pivoted.
Oh,
hard.
man. I'm sorry. I didn't realize what you were talking about. Sorry.
John is the Max for today.
Hi, John.
Hey, what's happening?
John, your goal is to cuss uncontrollably and laugh really loud.
And be angry about everything. No joy. comes from
There's
John.
a few topics I'm already angry about, Justin, so that'll be easy.
Okay.
Yay.
Like
Lobbing
shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome.
So at a kid's soccer game.
Oh, no.
Lots
Oh my
of fun
God.
stuff happened last week on the Three Geeks channel. We got to interview a psychic, Artie Hoffman, which that'll come out in a couple weeks. So many. Oh my God, so many interviews that have been done over the last few weeks that are coming very, very soon. If you haven't noticed, we're posting videos every day at 5 o'clock. The PVD cast replays Tuesdays at noon on the Three Geeks channel, and so does Matt Talk. So
Matt Talk's on Friday, correct?
Friday at noon. And
Get your
every other
tapioca
day.
pudding.
What?
Sorry, I said get your pudding.
Get your pudding.
Hey, man, it's right at lunchtime. All the people are sitting down at their cute little dinettes to have their salad or their pudding or their Jell-O, and they can listen to
I mean, they're
Matt Talk.
canning jam while listening to PVD cast. It's fine. Or the Matt Talk, I'm sorry.
Church
Hey,
is
maybe
open.
both. Who knows?
Maybe both. Maybe both.
Or
Who's to say?
can't.
They can't find the cat videos. They find Matt Talk.
They're wicked fans of the Three Geeks podcast. My Pets Are Weird says, hello, everybody.
What's up, buddy?
Hello.
I actually said, hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. That's nice.
not
Nice
y'all.
paraphrase.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just translated.
Can I just say that every time that I'm on the Three Geeks podcast and you start the intro, I do air guitar while you're not seeing?
I do.
I don't know
see
why. Do you see me doing the air guitar?
Mhm.
Oh,
Hopefully everybody else can too.
No, they.
I hope so, because boy,
Yeah.
is there egg on my face.
It's on one of the small little screens. Like I can just put John in timeout like that, and it's
Aw.
just us. No more John.
I'll make him the full screen. It'll be fine.
John's back.
It's
So
too much power for one person.
before we get super deep into all
Mutiny.
the fun and silly
Super
jokes,
deep in a mutiny.
we are going to discuss something. We're not going to get super political with it, but I'm going to turn it over to Mike really fast, as he's the best one out of all of these.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to throw out a quick rest in peace. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the notorious RBG, the second Supreme Court justice that was a woman after Sandra Day O'Connor passed away at age 87 this weekend. And man, oh man, has she earned a rest, because this lady was a worker. She was a fighter, very much a strong advocate throughout her whole career with regards to gender equality and women's rights and many other myriads of topics and issues that are very still much relevant to us today. She, throughout all sorts of like personal adversities, family tragedies, her own declining health in her later years, she kept at the job and never gave an inch with regards to what she hoped to accomplish in that prestigious seat. And Thank you for your service, Ruth. And it's up to us now. God help the rest of us who are still alive. So yeah, keep fighting, everybody, for Ruth, for RVG. That's all I got to say. I'm a little hungover, mainly because I've been bummed out this week because of that news. But yep, here's
Mike
hoping.
heard the news and he hasn't stopped drinking since.
Yep.
I can't believe
now for water. So
I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but I will say that at least for once in 4 goddamn years, at least our president was classy, because I fully expected him to say something
wasn't.
ridiculous.
No,
what do you mean, Mike?
Go, because he's pushing for the nominee right now. He's pushing for his own pick right now. Like they couldn't even wait an hour after she was pronounced dead. They're already pushing for it.
I mean,
he's not classy. Fuck him. Vote him out. There's the political part of it.
Yeah.
Rest in power and everyone vote.
Hey, I'm no fan, as I'm a registered independent. I just thought that for once, when they caught him on the tarmac, that it was at least a little bit of decency. Sure.
Oh yeah, because he prepared, because he knew she was dead already, because he lied. So, yeah.
Okay.
Rest easy, Ruth and Mike.
Rest easy, me too. Yeah.
Hey, what'd you say about me off air? Maybe Mike can be the angry one this week.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take the Max place.
The other day, we recorded a very lovely 16 Candles Remake Revolution with Jesse Camacho, Rebecca Miskin versus Team Staunchcast. Does their losing streak end? Find out very soon, whenever we decide to release this.
I haven't seen it, and I doubt their losing streak ends. I got no idea.
It was a really good match. It was very close. Very
I know
close.
what happened.
And Jesse Camacho is one of the funniest guys I've ever met.
Cool.
His quips and stuff during the remake were fantastic. All right, so off to more happy news. We have the very, very talented Tatiana Maslany and joining the MCU as She-Hulk. I was in my car when I found out this news, and I was screaming. I was like, fuck yeah, because I've been praising this woman since I saw Orphan Black for the first time. She plays 6+ different characters in the show, and each character has a personality of their own. She is one of the best actresses that nobody talks about, and maybe this will finally be, her time to get a little bit more well-known. So I am 100%. I could care less about She-Hulk prior to this news. Now I cannot wait until the first episode. I am 100% sold. Is anybody familiar with Tatiana Maslany besides myself? This has been a good chance for Max because he's super into her too. She was in the Stronger movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. She played the girlfriend. She was in the Perry Mason reboot.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm excited
to watch it.
I don't know where the...
So are they going to do like Ruffalo? Or are they going to have the CGI She-Hulk when she's, transforms, I presume?
that'd be my. I don't think they're going Lou Ferrigno route.
Because I was going to say, I mean, with all due respect, she's going to have to bulk up a little bit because she looks to be a very petite young lady. I mean, if they're going to go that route, so I'm just.
I hope it's Lou Ferrigno route, please. That'd be so funny. Just like walk around, just have her street.
Who would you get though? Like, if you were going to do the Lou Ferrigno route, who would you get?
Probably. I imagine there's a female wrestler out there that is probably pretty huge.
Well, I mean, the late great Chyna would have maybe.
Would have been perfect. I totally agree.
Perfect.
Chyna would have been perfect. I agree.
Yeah. But I don't know who you do now. I mean,
maybe some power lifter I'm unfamiliar with. Who's that lady power lifter that I'm thinking? Shoot.
I'll look some up.
I know no lady powerlifters, Justin.
I watched some weightlifting YouTube videos.
It depends on what you're going for too. Like, because there have been times in She-Hulk's career where she's got kind of normal human proportions, and then there's ones where it's like she really gets ripped up. So it's
right.
Depending on what you want to do. I mean, in this day of CGI, you can just go the full mocap route for the She-Hulk segments.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. she stays She-Hulk in some iterations, right? Like she doesn't transform anymore.
Right. Yeah. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the comic books I've read, she's always been the green version of She-Hulk, right? She never goes back to her human form. The stuff I've read.
Well, there are quite a few power lifters, by the way, that we should be aware of.
Are there?
According to this BuzzFeed article, yes.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it's like,
I was like, wait,
are you
like Google
insinuating we should
imaging
know?
search? Yeah.
Jessica Bootner, Jen Thompson, Kelly Reese, Caitlin Harlan. So there you go. Lots of powerlifting young ladies out there.
I mean, so long as they don't go
Good
overboard
to know.
as long as they don't go overboard and get like a bodybuilder who's it's like, yikes, it hurts to look at them because
Yeah, I mean, has anybody ever gone to the Arnold?
I have not.
I keep meaning to go. We should go as a group. That'd be fun.
I went one time because I won free tickets because I wasn't paying. Like this is 2009, and I wasn't paying a bunch of money to go. And actually, interesting story. I won the tickets by listening to CD 1025 because they played this game. Brian Phillips, the morning DJ, played this. It was like timeline. You had to put these comic book characters in the proper timeline. And I'm like, I'll do that. So I called in, and they're like, "You're caller number 5. What's the order?" And I'm like, "Oh!" And I did it real quick. And then they were like, "You want tickets to the Arnold?" I'm like, "Cool." And I went, and it's interesting. I mean, the last couple of years I've been at the Arnold, but at the Kids and Teens Expo for New Ohio Wrestling. They've had a booth up there and some wrestling going on up there. So I've never been back down to the actual, main hub of the Arnold, if you will, the convention center. So
I didn't realize how big of an event. I mean, I knew it was a big event for like the lifting community, but there's stuff going on all around it. Yeah.
Yeah. A couple years ago, they put in the Hall of Fame Michael Jai White, and I was so mad that I found out about it after the fact because I just wanted to go just to yell out Black Dynamite quotes. That's it. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about Universal Soldier or anything else. I would just sit in the crowd and go, "Well, Black Dynamite, I sell drugs to the community."
oh man, better than you than me because I would have just been yelling Spawn quotes.
Nice.
Nice.
Which I think his one Spawn quote is Wanda, and that's it.
Oh, please don't.
Here we go.
I
I'm going to add
Jason.
some excitement to the podcast. During this podcast, we are going to talk about weird commercials. And yesterday, Mike brought a certain ice cream company to my attention.
You haven't seen this?
I'm going to save the juicy preview for Mike's podcast, but John was kind enough to send this clip over to us this morning, and let's just lighten up the mood a bit.
This isn't like my mood at all.
There's good reason for my glistening skin.
Who thought this was a good idea?
I don't know. It's a horrible
How I
marketing
shine.
campaign by the people at DC.
And how my pores are so clean.
I'm not watching. I feel ill. And I didn't even drink.
John, you sent this.
I know, because you guys started talking about this ice cream company, and then I went down a rabbit hole.
I
It's all
started
my
talking
fault.
about it.
Yeah, this is my fault.
I just don't like it.
To activity. I love my job. I love my life.
Max,
No, I can't remember.
right now.
Is that a man or is that a woman? I can't
It
remember.
doesn't matter. It's all gross.
And hug
Honestly, I kind of just want the eyes to pop out.
with great enthusiasm.
This is an improvement over the last
This is a
one.
special time.
That was an
No.
improvement, John.
I don't think so, Chief.
Ice cream.
No, I'm going to go with no.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say not an improvement.
On my phone, I have an article from the Philadelphia Inquirer from November of 2019 talking all about Little Baby's ice cream and its closing. Allow me to read to you verbatim the tweet that the company sent out when they closed.
Hold on one second, John. When I shared this with John about Little Baby's ice cream, this is exactly what I expected John to do, was to go and research Little Baby's ice cream.
You can't dangle a carrot like that in front of John and
Yeah.
expect them
Exactly.
My pets are weird, says
to
damn
take
it,
more
Mike.
carrots.
So
I
here's
agree.
their
I know, I'm sorry.
here's their tweet. This is the tweet from the company on the day that they closed. Quote, "While our physical manifestation will be no more for this world, our spirit will live on in the hearts, minds, and mouth memories of you, the true and impassioned ice cream fans.
Mouth memories?
Who the fuck says that? Seriously.
I think they were tripping acid the whole time they were in that company. They're just like, we hope you did it.
They leaned into the weird. They leaned into their weird stuff.
Would you like to hear some of their flavors? Because these are frightening as well.
Sure. Why not, John?
The flavors at its scoop shops rotate, but the company keeps a list on its website of every creation, including El Vacho, made of crushed pineapple ice cream, made of crushed pineapple ice cream with diced jalapenos, fresh mint, and cilantro. Or Gritty, made of turmeric, beet powder, brulee sugar, and crushed chocolate cookies. Or the pizza, made of tomato, basil, oregano, salt, and garlic. And lastly, the sushi, made of wasabi, ginger, and soy sauce ice cream.
I wonder why they went out of business.
Yeah, that was oh my god. Could you imagine going there and being like, I just want a chocolate chip ice cream or something generic, and you get like pasta sauce.
You get some lady like eating ice cream off of herself, going, "We don't have that here."
Sushi ice cream sounds delicious.
I mean, how did it last? Because it lasted 8 years. They opened in 2011. They closed in 2019. How did it last 8 years?
Maybe novelty for
just the novelty of it. It is a memorable marketing campaign. Let's put it that way. If you've seen it.
I mean, I would try the pizza one, honestly, just to see.
Here's the thing, though. You mentioned earlier, the sushi flavor one. You're thinking sushi flavored ice cream would taste good. Even like the culture that sushi comes from, even they have actual desserts that don't go that extreme. Of being like fish needs to be in everything. No, it's like.
I agree.
And now the other ad we're not showing, correct?
Not
No.
GTV.
All right, Mike's going to save that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean,
Mike, how'd you stumble across these?
I've known about Little Baby's ice cream for years.
Oh, really?
Someone sent me that video many years ago of the person, the individual eating ice cream out of their head. And very much like you, John, I went down a rabbit hole and I found a whole bunch of others.
Did you see the one with the eyes that scream?
Terrifying.
Yes, I have seen that. I've seen all of them.
Oh,
they are
John,
memorable.
You binge
that's
them?
a badge of honor right there. It's just you've seen all the commercials.
Don't worry, my pets. We're saving that as a McGTV exclusive.
Absolutely.
McGTV.
That's youtube.com/Mike McGTV. I was just on this fun experiment Mike was doing yesterday. Mike is an artist of pulling 2-minute clips. I gotta say, the stuff that he showed us was fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's my goal, is that if I can leave you with an emotional impression of some kind, I will.
You mean emotions? You mean emotional scarring is what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Mike wakes up. Have I traumatized someone today? If no, then I will.
Absolutely. That is the point.
It's the goal.
John, you got topics. What topics you got?
Well, I think, don't you have another commercial that is somewhat odd and bizarre?
I knew you wanted that to be played.
I swear
already.
to God.
Yeah, let's talk about it. It's because, look, can I set it up for a minute?
Sure. If anybody else has weird commercials in our little 5 group, send it to me. This is a fun topic.
I'm an avid hockey fan. I'm absolutely enthralled with the Stanley Cup playoffs. And this freaking commercial, by the way, this is the extended cut. They show a 30-second version. This is the extended cut. And I find this repulsive on so many levels. So, Jason,
Man, that's like one ply.
Wiping with toilet paper after you poop is ineffective. Take it from somebody that walks around with your nose at butt level all day.
I mean, he's got a point, I guess.
There's around your residue instead of washing it away, especially if you're furry down there.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this, guys.
This makes me real uncomfortable.
This makes me real.
This is on network television.
Is this child trying to sell me a bidet? I mean,
Yes, you
Is that
are
what this
correct.
is? Okay.
You are correct, Dan.
Jesus.
I mean,
You could have converted him to Danny DeVito, and this would have been hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
That would have been so much better.
that is weird that you and I were thinking the exact same thing. Justin. Like the whole time, I'm like, why isn't this Danny DeVito with his little suspenders and stuff? Like,
Yeah.
And Charlie Day going up the stairs.
exactly.
Yeah, like they play this on NBCSN during hockey games. I'm like, I don't want to see this. I don't want an 8-year-old telling me how to wipe my ass. This is
John,
ridiculous.
Wash.
I
Yeah.
can push through videos, but I had to shut that one off. That's creepy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's on
Creepy.
network television.
I was feeling uneasy the same as Mike, and I don't get uneasy very often.
It's weird too because it's like bidets aren't a common like American product. I didn't think.
No.
I mean,
That's more of a European type of.
And who thought it'd be fun? Let's have my 8-year-old nephew be in the commercial. What the? Seriously?
Yeah, we blew our budget on the guy walking up the stairs. Let's get this 8-year-old in here.
They could have gotten Danny DeVito for about the same price.
Who knows?
like John, it would have been much funnier. It would have been
Yeah.
more memorable, honestly, and not necessarily scarring. But I'm just like, okay, this isn't fun.
Again, I would just reiterate: it is played on cable television on NBCSN, so in prime time.
Also, that kid's like what 10? I don't trust the opinion of any 10-year-old on.
Yeah, he poops
on
on
the
wall
quality of bidet.
regularly. He's not proud.
The only legitimate point he had was that he's at butt level all day. So it's like, okay, I can understand his frustration with that, but yeah, see,
Yeah,
That'd been perfect.
yeah, exactly. I don't. So that commercial aggravates the shit out of me. Like,
I'm
pun
so glad
intended.
you brought it to our attention.
You're welcome. Hey, if you want a palate cleanser, real quick, I do enjoy the Kroger's commercials with the little claymation people that do they get low prices and they do like the low dance or whatnot. I do enjoy those. Those are funny.
remember the innocent days of commercials when, I mean, not even going back too far, when we had that one Walmart smiley face floating around
The
whistling.
rollback one, where it's about
Yeah, the rollback one.
Yeah.
And we didn't realize what a horrible company Walmart is.
The old Waltons taking you for all you were.
All right, so do y'all know about the Norton Furniture commercials? I do not, but if you want to message them to me, I will gladly share one with the group. This could be a fun rabbit hole to go down.
Whatever happened to what's his name? Men's Warehouse dude. You're gonna like the way he looked.
Oh yeah, I was a big fan of him. Yeah,
George Zimmerman, wasn't that his name? George Zimmerman.
No. Jesus Christ, no.
His name was Zimmerman.
That would have been a lot more interesting.
It's quite the twist.
Yeah.
That's for sure. What a twist.
Oh my God.
No, what's the guy's name?
I don't know. It might have been something Zimmerman. You might be right, and that's just horrible coincidence for that guy. Let me see.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I'll do some Googling as well.
Yeah.
But there's a comedian, Pete Holmes. He did this thing for his show when it was on. He did an impression of that guy, and throughout the entire bit, he's like,
It's George Zimmer.
Thank you,
There we
George
go.
Zimmer.
Close.
You were super close. You just added the terrible man part of it.
All right, here's a commercial that I just found out
Oh,
actually
man.
existed.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with
yeah.
this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these are the Winston.
Yeah, he's gonna break out a
Yeah.
cigarette.
Of course.
Holy shit.
Ah,
I forgot, like, early Flintstones is...
All early cartoons.
I think Barney's at butt level too. To be honest with you.
Danny DeVito could play Barney.
I forgot Barney doesn't have a neck, technically. Like, he's all just torso and it molds into a face. To women, folks, am I right, Bud?
Why do we get married? For them to mow the yard.
cigarette. Dude.
Meanwhile, we can't wipe our asses right. Wish we had something like, I don't know, a bidet or something.
Some 10-year-old just sold me a bidet. It's great.
Well,
Of course, back in those days, Yes, exactly. If it was the Flintstones, the bidet would be some kind of animal.
That's right. That was
Oh God.
Worst job in the world.
a baby elephant of some sort.
An elephant.
Oh God.
Why did it be a baby, John?
We're all in each other's heads.
Well, because it was
Traumatizing a small child.
it's an elephant, Justin.
The 10-year-old selling it to you is also the baby elephant doing it. So
Just because it's an elephant, John, you're not traumatizing it? If I drop a deuce on an animal, I'm pretty sure they would not like it.
you don't drop a deuce on the elephant. It just cleans you off.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I was like Justin. I thought you had to sit on the elephant, and then I was going to say,
No.
It's got to be a small elephant. I'm still waiting on this Norton furniture commercial.
I just got another commercial sent from little Danny Bauer outside of Columbus, Ohio.
Suck it, JK.
Oh, jeez.
Hell yeah!
What is happening?
I know it's growing up,
Wait, yeah, is he growing? Okay, now it's gotten weird.
What the bloody hell is this? This has got to be for Axe body spray.
Oh, whoa!
Or a dental hygiene commercial.
It's a dental thing. Maybe. I didn't need that much emphasis. Oh, is this a cigarette? This is a cigarette thing. Yeah.
Nope.
Or what?
Yup.
What? Holy shit! What?
I did not see that coming at all.
I did not either.
Yeah.
That got banned.
Holy shit!
Have you not seen the weird alien chick PlayStation commercials?
Oh, that thing is terrifying. Yeah, I've seen that one. That one's scary.
Wow.
I don't know what to say.
Don't do anything with your life. Just play video games because you know you're going to die soon.
Yep.
Huh.
That's the meaning of the whole commercial.
Yeah.
Can I just ask real quick, because I have no children, so what was she blowing into? Like, was that like a breathalyzer? What the hell was that thing?
I don't know.
You have to check your alcohol content before you shoot baby out.
Yeah.
It's a breathing machine that helps you breathe. I don't know. I've been through a pregnancy before, not personally, but
That never had to show up.
No idea.
I've seen those machines used for like heart attacks because they want to test your breathing capacity to send you home, but never for like having a child, like during the child process.
I mean,
I don't know.
maybe they just hand out kazoos. I mean,
Maybe it's rocket fuel.
It's rocket fuel.
yeah.
There we go. That would make more sense.
Any more commercials yet? Or are we
I
still
am
waiting?
Googling the
Norton's
commercials right now, John, just
Oh,
for
shit. I could be on that. Hold on.
Dan is on it.
Yeah.
Dan is
we
so
not?
excited. Look
I
at him.
said I could be. I don't know.
I choose not to be.
Yeah. See, I mean, I
The
could.
conscientious
but I'm
objector.
not. Oh God.
Hey, while you're googling that, I'd just like to throw it out there, and I know Dan's already heard this, but man, Samurai Cop 2. That's
I've
a
heard
movie.
about that. Yeah.
Mike, you need to see it, man.
Is as good as Samurai Cop 1?
I'll explain more after this.
Here we
I'm
go.
very-
Water commercial with Taco Bell. Let's see what this is.
Oh, no.
You can't get rid of furniture. You can't get rid of anywhere. And if you can't get cheese in the shelves, look no further than Taco Bell's new quesadilla.
Oh, I love this guy.
Yes.
So big, might be bigger than San Diego. For fabulous furniture, come see me. For cheese baked with shell, go to Taco Bell. My name is Mark, and you can count on it.
Count what? His name being Mark?
adorable. I love
He can
that.
sell me anything, though. I would listen to that man sell me anything.
That was mildly creepy, but it was also entertaining.
It was
Yes.
rough. There was a low budget there, and
Yeah.
he definitely needed some help.
I loved his persona very much so. I don't know if he was going for a Peter Lorre impression or what have you. Oh, here, I think I found one of the original Norton Furniture commercial here. I sent it to you, Jason.
Is he Norton? Is he the guy?
I don't know. I get maybe that's Norton. Yeah. In which
He has a
case,
good ASMR voice.
yeah, I like that. He was very,
I'm
very
here to sell
ethereal.
you Taco Bell and furniture.
Those people that have credit problems.
No matter what I do, I cannot get YouTube to stay muted.
Dang Google. The Google machines.
Just professionalism all over the place here on the 3 Geek
yeah.
podcast.
We ooze professionalism.
All right, let's see what
People are
this is.
used to it by now.
It's for people that have credit problems.
Crab?
Norton Furniture is here for you. Now, seriously, if you can't get credit in my store, you can't get credit anywhere. You can count on it.
I want to end every segment with you can count on it.
All right, I got to find out where this guy is because I want to get him on the podcast.
You can
I
count.
should say, full disclosure, my pets tried to send it through the Facebook link, and so I found it on there and copied it. Sorry, I was taking credit for what my pets was actually providing.
That dude sounds like he's doing a bad Brando impression from The Godfather.
A little rough, for sure.
Yeah.
I want to get in contact with this guy. I hope he's still with us.
Was
I
that
want to interview him.
was that opening sentence like if you have crabs? I
Yeah,
swear I heard
that's
if you
what I
have
heard.
crabs.
I think he said credit, but he said
Okay.
it so weirdly that it sounded like crabs.
Do you have crabs? I can help. Also, if
I
you
can
have bad
sell you a new
crabs,
couch.
also help.
I just love that he's, anything that starts with him and a machete, like in the middle of nowhere.
He was doing Marlon Brando channeling John Voight from Anaconda.
I
That
mean,
was his voice.
you're definitely going to buy more things if a man's brandishing a machete near you. Be like, hey, you want this couch? Yeah, I do. Leave me alone.
John, tell us about Samurai.
Samurai Cop 2, Mike, you need to see it. I'm going to say it. Tommy Wiseau as a Yakuza leader, that's all you need to know. Enough said.
See, here's my thing about sequels that are self-aware now about their original movies being terrible. Is I always tread a line with this. Like, I liked the original Samurai Cop quite a bit just because they had no idea that what they were making was bad. But does Samurai Cop 2 lean into it's so bad it's good quality? Like, oh, we know this is a joke now, or are they still trying?
According to Lisa London, it was that way, but I don't get that vibe when you watch the movie. You're like, yeah, no, I think they think this is good.
Okay, I'll give it a shot just because
you guys
I've been
seen The
let
Room?
down before. Oh yeah, I've seen The Room. Yeah, I love Tommy Wiseau.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, hi, Mug.
It's so good.
Huh, Mom?
I was in college. I had him did a private, not a private screening, but he was with the screening. Like he did a Q&A afterwards and stuff. That was quite him and Mark. That's quite the experience. They throw spoons and stuff in the theater.
I'll just say this: it is very entertaining with Tommy Wiseau as a Yakuza member, Bai Ling in it, and she's a unique individual. So her role was very, very, very kind of funny and fun and whatnot. But yeah, it's a unique watch. That's all we'll say. It should be a good McChats if you know.
We will.
How about a remake revolution around it?
A remake revolution?
See, now it's getting a little like I loved your guys' Showgirls one because that was one where it's like this is a terrible movie, but there were intentions behind it that were probably wanting to be more meaningful. So sure, let's remake that and let's go crazy. Going with a movie that's already kind of off the walls, nutso, like
that's fair.
Maybe unintentionally, but also like it's aware of its memeability. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
You're saying like Sharknado 6 is not a good remake revolution option because they know it's.
We haven't really talked about the Showgirls remake with Mike. Mike, what did you think about it? That the teams came with like full scripts and outlines, and
that was fun. I enjoyed listening to that. Honestly, like their pitch was, even though it was just like a sort of a beat for beat kind of remake, I did like their little switches on it. I did like a little bit of your whole murder mystery thing that you were incorporating into yours, John, with and Dan. Sorry, and So all around, like, it was entertaining to listen to. It was entertaining also to hear Max kind of be the one who's like, okay, less is more.
Yeah.
For him to be the one voice of being like, maybe a little much. I wasn't asking for a full script, but thank you.
Yeah, those guys, Steve and Jack, are fantastic. They're, I really tip my hat to Steve. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Disposable Fiction Comics is great, but a lot of Steve's projects that he does with a lot of stop animation, like photography for his projects, I marvel that he does those because they take forever. You know, they got to take a long, long time, and for somebody to put out a comic that's based just basically on all that, I'm like, wow, man, that's tip of the hat to you, man, to have an incredible work ethic to get that all done, you know?
It's been my understanding so far with remakes, whenever we have actual writers on as contestants, man, do they really go for it?
True. You know what? That's true. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. Brian Lau really goes for it with the armpit hair. We embarrassed John for the 16 Candles one because we had Brian tell the story.
Oh man, and Rebecca and what's his name were there. It's like, oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Behind the curtains, you know, we're not saying it's what you want to see, but you're definitely going to see it.
That's why you buy the ticket for Brian. You go rogue. John's speechless.
I am. Still am. I still laugh at my faux pas at the end of the 16 Candles. So I don't want to give it away, but the one where it appeared that maybe or maybe not, my house might be on fire. So just leave it at that.
Did you guys see the Harley Quinn's coming back for season 3?
Yes.
As DC Universe is getting out of the scripted programming. They're focusing just on comic books.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Did we lose Mike?
All digital comics.
Or he's the starting champion.
There you go.
Shifting over to HBO Max.
Yeah, I've seen
What
Harley
happened?
Quinn's pretty good.
You're freezing up, Mike.
No problem.
Oh, you're good now.
You're good. Yeah, you're good.
Dan, as our resident...
Hold on. Aren't comic books actual, like, the epitome of scripted programming?
Yes. That's not they meant television scripted programming.
Yeah, but semantics. Come on, it's
No,
fun.
you're right.
Yeah.
Have you watched Harley Quinn? Has the Animaniacs covered it yet?
I have no.
It's pretty good.
Although we
Yeah,
just watched Symbionic Titan, and it's awesome because it's Gendy Tartakovsky. So that should be up whenever JT wants to put it up. So go listen to that.
I just put up Transformers. You guys run 2 weeks behind, so whatever you just sent me will release in 2 weeks, and then you'll give me the new one in 2 weeks.
My God.
Dem's the break, Stan.
Yeah, really.
Producer response.
Okay, fine. In 2 weeks, listen to Symbiotic Titan because it's probably.
And then in 2 weeks, Dan will be crying because there's another one sitting in
see?
Volt.
There you go.
But yeah, Harley Quinn's great.
Great segue.
Yes, indeed.
No, it's a funny show. I like King Shark on there.
Okay. Yeah, I did. I've only seen the first couple, but I thought it was extremely funny.
Who are some of the other characters that are on it? Because I don't have HBO Max.
Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, they're kind of the main ones. You got Clayface, Dr. Psycho, King Shark, well, again, my favorite. Cy Borgman, played by Jason Alexander. Batman shows up. You got Superman, Wonder Woman, Damian Robin, which sucks, but it's Damian, so he's supposed to suck. And then, and of course the Joker. Joker's there and everything like that. And Joker's a gaslighting asshole. So
okay. All right.
I didn't know Kaylee Kuko was the voice actor for Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And it's her production company too, I believe.
That's
really.
I think it's hers. She's the It's got like a symbol of a dog, and then the dog goes woof woof, and it's like her voice, so I think it's her.
Oh. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I just saw the comment, this last comment. I'm like, oh, I'm glad somebody's really enjoying the pot. Oh wait, they're talking about Harley Quinn. I was like, it's such a good show. Yeah, we're all having a great show today on the pot. Oh wait, never mind.
I like to think this show's good too.
They've been here since noon.
My pets are weird. Are avid listeners to the Three Geeks podcast, and we appreciate them.
Yes, we appreciate every listener.
Everybody has stopped sending me commercials, Dan. I thought you were on it.
What?
I do get the dude's phone number for.
I sent you a phone number instead.
I can't call in the middle of the show.
That'd be real
Sure
fun.
you can. Just
Sir, can you sell us some
and
furniture?
Caller waiting right now.
Excuse me, need to order a futon and a bidet.
Oh, no. Do you have any 10-year-olds selling bidets there? If not, I don't want to.
Do you have any bidet elephants?
Oh, no.
Remember, they have to be a baby elephant, though, as per John's specifications.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any of Little Baby's ice cream left over
Oh,
in
no.
your freezer?
Yeah, some of that jalapeno cilantro flavored crap or whatever.
You have to eat it off a hat.
Throw in a chalupa, you know?
And can it be delivered to us by the Norton's furniture guy who can just be like, "Here's your ice cream specially delivered."
Yeah.
And your beefy fish taco from Taco Bell.
Do you really want that to
Do they
happen?
have fish tacos now? John's like pivoting into weird items on the Taco Bell list.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember weird. I mean, there's the classics that it's just innuendo galore, like the Wonder Bone. Oh, what the hell?
What
What
are you doing
is
there,
this?
Jason?
This is another Norton's.
Yeah.
Oh, is he gonna pop out? Oh, please.
What? Why is the man with a
please.
fedora
It
looking
says-
down at
It
pants?
says Norton Furniture being born in the title.
Oh God, I hope. Oh no, this has got to be a parody then.
Oh my
Okay.
If you're in
I knew
Cleveland
it.
and you don't buy furniture from this man, you're
Oh, I
messing.
knew it.
These are so popular that they've got their own Wikipedia page.
Oh man.
We've lost John.
I know we got a guest, but can this just be the rest of the show with him too?
Yeah. We'll just show them.
Just be like, what were you thinking here?
I keep going through like I'm done, and then I scroll down just a little bit more, and there's another one that looks even funnier than the last. So reacting
Jesus.
to commercials may be most of our show today.
I mean, we don't have any other topics, really, do we?
I mean, we do, but it's just geeky news.
Oh my God.
Jason's like, oh, whatever.
Dorothy, I know somebody. Dorothy, I'm here for you.
He's the godfather of furniture and bad commercials.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
And me. Sweetie, are they with you?
Where's the scarecrow?
See what I can do.
The scarecrow's in the end, isn't it?
Where's the
Or was
lion?
that the cowardly lion?
Oh man. At
Oh,
first I
keep
thought
that
these were
going. Holy cow. Going to the
I thought
gym.
those were people making fun of those commercials, but no, those are actually him.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
That was amazing.
I will say, guys, this has been a bummer of a weekend, but this cheered me right the fuck
I got a clip from the new Cobra Kai season 3. So hold on one second. I'm gonna pull this up. This is 100% authentic Cobra Kai.
Then make NortonShow.net.
3, 2, 1. Good news for people that have credit problems. Norton Furniture is here for you. Now, seriously. If you
Is that
can't
supposed to be
get
Billy
credit,
Zabka?
You can't get credit anywhere.
Is he going to behead someone?
Norton, rest up. Master, is it true you guarantee same-day delivery? Rest up. It's time for you to die.
Time for you to die.
That's one of my comedy skits.
It's one of my comedy skits.
Okay.
He scared the red belt.
Yeah.
For anyone in doubt, that is not actually a clip for the new Cobra Kai.
What? No.
Really?
We should interview the guy that he just tried to choke.
Mr.
as well as-
Miyagi has not aged well.
Oh man.
Oh my god, that was
We
was
laugh
hilarious.
now, but then
That was
watch
an
this.
experience. Oh my god.
Oh my god, guys! There's a Charlie Chaplin one. There's freaking Bill Burr.
Save
Bill
him.
Holy cow.
Burr.
Save
There's
the
no way
ammunition
Bill Burr
for.
with that man. No way. No way. No how.
Wow.
Is there a Carlin one where he's like the 7 things I can't say in this commercial?
Norton
Bad
Furniture,
credit.
Noah. We get a religious Norton Furniture commercial.
Oh, let's play that one, please. I want to see that one.
He's probably building
Okay.
all the furniture on the boat.
He's building an ark out of a sofa and a recliner. and-
Yeah, an ottoman.
I don't know though, because a lot of these commercials seem to have next to nothing to do with the home furnishings he's trying to push.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, you got bad credit? I'll take your money.
If you're
Yeah.
watching us, let us know what you think of the commercials. Should we keep going or should we stop? Or do you have some
man.
suggestions? If you have suggestions, email me the link at 3geekspodcast@gmail.com.
It might be fun to have a segment where we just have ridiculous YouTube clips.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
Whoa, what are you doing?
things ass.
The views of Norton Furniture are not necessarily those of the 3 Geeks podcast.
I know somebody. Furniture, you can't get credit anywhere.
oh my God!
Ah, hey, look, you got to build a yard, not me.
Did he just put his hand up that pig's butt?
Yeah, I have questions.
A
That's
whole
why I
bunch
want
of
to
them.
interview the guy. We're going to get him on this podcast. I mean, granted, he's still with us.
Did he tell Noah he knows a guy? He knows a guy? Because that was the punniest thing I've heard in a while.
Probably. I wouldn't put it past him.
All right,
Hey,
let's
Noah,
go.
I know a guy.
Road trip. Let's do it.
We have to buy all of our furniture going forward from this man.
From this dude.
Do you
And
deliver to
if you-
Columbus
Word
or New
problem.
Jersey?
Got us.
Dan is at least sending us commercials that stay within the geeky realm.
I try.
Okay.
I appreciate your
Dan is
thought.
trying to keep us on topic.
I mean, the Wizard of Oz, childbirth, the Bible.
These are the
those
ones
are
I
pretty
know.
geeky. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't do Wizard of Oz childbirth? Noah?
is this okay? PSP commercial.
Yeah.
Fan.
I remember seeing this
no.
a while ago, and I just thought it was odd.
Oh,
Oh, crap.
Oh shit! That escalated quickly.
fuck!
This is
Oh
one
my
of
God.
the commercial for sure.
Whoa! What?
The PSP is the same as a Fight Club.
Alternative
not
to the
real.
thing, buy your kids a PSP or they'll fight each other in the playground.
Is that a real
That's not.
commercial,
That's
Dan?
not an actual.
That's a real commercial.
No. There's
Yep.
no way.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on.
That's way.
Uh-oh. My bad. I've thrown down the gauntlet.
There's a rabbit hole for this, but give me a second here. I'm gonna
Okay.
mute so I can find it.
Like,
Dan-
All right.
Dan's
Sony.
relatively quiet on the most podcasts, but he finds out we're talking controversial commercials.
He's
He is-
super
he
excited.
is
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
He's in.
He's
Watch
engaged.
Max is gonna watch this later and be like, I hate everything about this.
He's gonna be mad he
He
wasn't
hates
here.
everything about everything. Like,
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
so it's all relative.
This is gonna be the one show Max is gonna be mad he missed. Because this is perfect for laughing and doing fun things.
Oh man.
I can't get over the furniture guy commercials though. That's haunting me. That's
Haunt-
Haunting you. Did you see the ice cream ad?
that's
How
true.
is that not haunting you?
I had seen that before though, so I had time to get over it.
That yeah, the furniture guy's growing on me. Just because
It's great.
he's like a time lord, I guess. He just goes to wherever he's needed in whatever time or setting.
Yo,
Biblical
Noah,
time.
you need some credit? I got some credit. You need some furniture? I got some furniture.
Can you buy the animals, like the statues of the animals at his store, though?
Virgin Mary, do you need somewhere more comfortable to sit while you're popping that
Yeah.
kid out?
I heard you're in the manger. Let me find you a nice couch.
Why does
Now
he
he's
sound
turning
like
into
Arnold?
Arnold.
He sounds like Arnold. Hey, that bed of straw can be very comfortable. Let me get you a purple mattress.
Have you seen the sweet ottoman?
How about this entertainment center?
Oh, no money down. Your credit's good here.
But we will take frankincense and myrrh.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
You gotta take all your myrrh.
No myrrh.
Oh man, I have no words. No.
Ruth is my supplier. He's out back in the truck. Oh man,
boy,
this has been fun.
If Reverend Falwell gets a hold of this podcast, we're in deep trouble.
Isn't he dead?
I don't know. Is he? Who knows?
One of them is.
Why are we in trouble? Just
hang on. Let me Google that. Which Falwell is dead?
You're on a list somewhere, Mike.
I can't find the actual ad, but there was a billboard in Europe for where the PSP White came out, and
enough said.
At the JT.
I got the
Enough
picture.
said.
I'm looking at it right now.
Let me guess. They just gut and eviscerate an old man over a.
No.
John, are there any crazy wrestling promos that are super fun, like introductions or like those little commercials in between like WWE and stuff? That are
yeah, there's lots. There's,
whoa!
That'd be fun.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yikes!
Whoa!
Holy shit!
If you thought Sony,
that is yikes!
I like how Matt Talk is right in that photo.
Yeah, take Matt Talk logo out of that. What are you doing? Matt Talk does not approve of this. Or that either. You fucker. What are you doing?
That is Yep, that's tone deaf, definitely.
Yeah, yes it is.
Holy God.
I didn't know John supported things.
Man.
That is, where was that at, Dan? In
France.
That was somewhere in Europe. I forget where, but they're just like, oh yeah, we're coming out with the PSP White, and we need an ad campaign.
Yeah, that was rough.
I mean,
You can find that ad now in Donald Trump's backyard.
Oh,
Probably.
Probably, yeah,
I would like to ask the Three Geeks podcast to send that over to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't stand for that type of racism, but it is a beautiful ad. It's a beautiful ad. It's probably the most beautiful ad that I've seen in a while because it's beautiful women on there, and I like beautiful women. So I would like to have it. Three Geeks podcast.
Your Trump sounds more like the Clifford narrator than.
I could honestly work up a range because it's just like
neighborhood and took a tushy in my
Tushy.
or like a really low pitched Stefan. This nightclub has all the amazing places in the human water bottle.
Did you find out which Farwell's dead, by the way?
Senior.
Okay.
Senior. 2007.
Justin, there are some awesome wrestling promos. I will try to maybe.
Right up your alley for this.
I will try to find one. The best one I've ever seen. I don't know if I could ever find it.
Can we save that for its own show?
Yeah, I think it might have to be its own thing.
I'm pretty sure we can.
Yeah, give you some time to look it up. I think that might be fun to react to.
Yeah, today we'll stick to normal commercials.
Okay.
That sounds fair because it gives us another topic later down the road. And I'm down for continuing talking about commercials after the break, especially if our guest is down.
That was super fun.
Whether he likes it or not. Hey,
that's what you're talking about today. Commercials.
Yeah. So on your podcast, do you talk about weird commercials?
Because that's what we're doing today.
Because that's what we're doing. All day.
We'll be back right after these words.
We'll give him a
Taco Bell presents its newest entree, as seen in the hit movie Showgirls. Nomi gobbled them up on screen, and now you can get your hands on Nomi's beefy fish taco. Engulf all.
At that point, we start the podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Three Geeks Podcast.
Sweet sax.
Nice.
Who's going to do the Max laughing?
It was really bad, but the guy, the overall.
I don't think I can do the Max laughing.
I really like your podcast. He said a whole bunch of mean things about us. He got like super racist. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Apparently, I look Jewish, right?
You gotta forward me this comment because I need a good laugh. But
I deleted it, but I think I have a screenshot. But I'll send it to you.
He did the right thing where he went to the our group's Black ambassador. And he was like, "Should we?" I left it up for a couple of days, but then we didn't end up talking about it that week. So
Max, like, leave it up so we can discuss it.
Yeah, it was super racist. But he was like, "You guys are
whatever
cool.
like is low in carbs,
so
it'd be good.
and Jewish,
Any zero carb thing would be good. Good diet, yeah. Any diet should be good.
Is anybody in this room Jewish?
Thank you, sir.
Well, I mean, that time that you wore the yarmulke, Fuzzy was on here.
Oh. I just remember waking up and seeing that comment. I think it was like 6:30, and I texted Max. I turned over to Liz. I'm like, Liz? She's like, half asleep. Like, Jewish? No, I'm trying to sleep.
But he seriously, the first 3 sentences is all good stuff. You guys are doing good. I like you, blah, 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 except for, however, black dude on there, and your bald Jewish guy sucks. It was the most ridiculous thing. And I was like, man, I'm bringing you guys down. I don't know, John. I mean, Rondell, me and Rondell on here, like, 2 out of 5 is that was way too many black people. And then we got the Jews.
It's not even 3/5. Keep spinning that racial wheel, buddy. You'll hit one of the right.
Damn Chinese on that podcast.
Yeah, exactly. The Korean guy's a jerk.
We are way too diverse. We need to whitewash this podcast a little bit more.
That's what I've been saying. Nobody looks at that.
Oh man.
Colin Trevorrow, I guess the first movie he made before Jurassic World had some really good storytelling in it, and then when Jurassic World came out, they saw that he could, make a blockbuster and make money, so they figured the two of those together would turn out something well. And then, like Mike said, his last movie tanked, and with Leia dying, they had to rewrite the story.
What was his last movie?
It was called something Dark Side. I don't know. Something murder.
I am looking into this. Max, your thoughts?
Yeah, get rid of this guy. Fuck that dude. Fucking Jurassic World. The movie sucked. Like,
Max hates
Jurassic
everything.
Park again. Fucking any fucking body can make Jurassic Park again. Steven Spielberg already made it. Like, all you gotta do is do the same shit.
Angry Max is
Oh
a
no,
fun
our
Max.
dinosaurs are bigger and badder.
This is Jurassic Park with a bunch of kids you don't want to know again, but stuck in a giant ball thing.
The Book of Henry is the name of the film. The Book of Henry.
Is it TV again, or is that some other video?
It's like the sequel to the Book of Eli.
Yeah.
No.
Look at the guy's deaf instead. Spoilers. All right.
Hi, I'm Casper.
And I'm Becky Gremlin.
And we're the hosts of Don't Fuck With the Original.
We are a spoopy horror podcast that pretty much covers everything under the genre.
We cover haunted locations, we cover true crime, cryptids, movies, anything you can literally think of. We are all over it.
Everything spoopy.
On Wednesdays, and why?
Wednesdays are for podcast. Thanks, guys.
Welcome back. We're here. I know I started the break a little bit early from where we're back from. Dan doesn't have his headphones in, so he has no idea we're back. Just Justin and I with that knowledge. How is everybody doing today? Still with us. We got our guest Mike coming on here shortly to discuss all the fun things. John, you here?
I am here.
Talk for a minute. I got to do something.
Sure. Wow, this is pretty cool that there's somebody from New Mexico watching along. That's pretty sweet, is it not?
Yay.
And it's not Walter White.
Possibly.
So, possibly.
But it could be.
Well,
I don't know if they should be giving away their location, given what Los Alamos National Laboratory, Office of Scientific Research and Development.
Yeah.
You never know.
Are they researching us?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was about to be like,
Maybe the Norton guy got in touch with them and go, keep an eye on these motherfuckers.
He's like, your credit doesn't matter. I'll give you all the research funding you need.
We're gonna beat this. We're gonna beat those commercials like a dead horse. All right,
absolutely.
We're gonna keep whipping that dead horse.
So much more business because holy cow, those commercials are good.
John, are you new to the Three Geeks podcast? We beat everything with a dead.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. Well, we got another one from Mr. Dan that he sent us. Let's see.
What? Almost misspelled.
Yes. I was like, what?
I don't know why those are banned, but I need to find out.
I'm guessing because of the poor spelling.
Yeah. But I mean,
go home, dinosaurs.
The other one I sent you is pretty cool too, JT.
Thank you, Dan.
Dan,
you're quite welcome. See, I will, just go through the depths of YouTube so you don't have to.
Luca Pagney wrote on the Paddy Power Facebook page, betting on.
I'm sorry, what?
Excuse me? Huh?
Just watch.
What?
Sorry.
Luca Pagney wrote on the Paddy Power Facebook page, betting on this football, only if a miracle heals it. Well, we hear you, Luca, and we've been praying for you. And our prayers have been heard.
The second time Jesus has shown up in 2 weeks.
Not anymore.
Is that Russell Brand?
Fixers, out of the temple. Bet on a resurrected football at paddypower.it, the new online and mobile betting service. We hear you, Luca Pagney.
Wow.
Wait, so is Jesus like a loan shark? What's going on there?
I got 5-1 today, gentlemen. You gotta get the F up.
I don't. That was
Jesus. Can you just be like, you win? Like, I don't know.
Mike, welcome to the chaos that is the Three Geeks podcast. How are you doing today? Can you hear us?
Oh, perhaps not.
Hello, Mike.
Hello.
Yay.
There we go.
All right.
Mike, how you doing?
Good, guys. How are you?
Doing great. Welcome to the chaos that is our show. We've been reacting to silly commercials.
That's good. Silly commercials are pretty darn awesome.
We might keep it going a little bit if you're cool with that. But first, I want to get to know you a little bit. Tell us about your podcast.
Oh, sure. Earth Station 1 is a podcast we've been doing for 10 and a half years now. It's a podcast of all things geek. And we are basically, each week, it's a different podcast. Basically, each week it's different. It's like a magazine type style show. So we have a different topic each week. One week we talk about Red Dwarf, which we're doing this week. Last week we talked about the Umbrella Academy. The week before we reviewed The Godfather 1 and 2. This next week we're going to be talking the best crap we've ever eaten. So it's different things each time. So it's pretty awesome that we do this. Like I said, we've been doing this for 10 and a half years. We have not missed a week since we've done the show. So we're getting ready to do episode 544 next week. So, and that doesn't even include the specials we've done for Dragoncon or San Diego or different cons we've done. Or we used to do different topics like specials when we went to local comic shops and did our show live, and we used to do specials there and everything also. So it's kind of fun to do. So we've been busy, and that's just one of the podcasts. So, it's pretty awesome.
And you're pretty involved with Dragoncon, correct?
Yeah, we actually have a Dragoncon podcast. We call it the Dragoncon Report. We've been doing that since 2013. And we basically do it from January till the end of September, and we do it once a month, and we talk about how to get prepared for Dragoncon, because Dragoncon's a con where it's 90,000 people spread out between 5 different hotels and 2 convention centers. So it's it is. And so we talk to the directors, we talk to the track directors, we talk to the media people there, we talk to people who are guests for the con, we talk to cosplayers, or we even talk to people who are getting ready to go for the first time, because one of the segments we do on the podcast is there's a newbies group that, you know, gives tours and stuff at the con and stuff, and they also throughout the year, so it's pretty cool. You know, it's a neat experience, and Dragoncon's like nothing else. I've been taking my sons to it since he was 5 years old, and so he's grown up with the con and everything, and it's pretty awesome, because not just do they do a con, they also do a parade, which is free to anybody in the Atlanta area and everything. And it's all last time they did it, they had almost 3,000 cosplayers in the parade.
Wow,
that's incredible.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome.
So what things do you geek out about personally? TV shows, movies, comic books, like what specifically?
All the above, truthfully. As you can tell by the wall behind me, this is not like a piece of like cloth or something showing just somebody's room or something. This is my actual office. And so I geek out about pop figures. I have probably close to 1,000 of them.
Wow.
And as you can tell on the shelves, and then if you went like over here, I got even more. And so it's pretty awesome, you know, stuff I have, you know, going for us. And, you know, I used to own a comic book store years ago. You know, it was neat because it was right outside of Baltimore. We used to own a comic book store and movie theater. It was like a combination. So we used to be the theater in town that showed Rocky Horror on Saturday and Sunday. We used to do like movie marathons, horror. It was pretty awesome, you know, different things throughout. But we were also one of the first movie theaters in Maryland to show Clerks. And we had Kevin Smith and cool. Jason Mewes come down to the theater to, you know, introduce it and everything. And it was awesome because Kevin is a comic book guy, and both of them were like geeking out. Oh my God, man, you can't believe all the comics they got here at a movie theater. This is awesome, you know. And this is before he had Secret Stash or anything like that. So it was pretty awesome with that. And so, you know, I've been collecting comics since I was a little kid. Love, you know, tons of sci-fi. You know, Doctor Who is one of my passions. That's why I started a Doctor Who podcast. And, you know, and then so that's what I was doing actually right before I joined you, was watching for this week's episode of the Doctor Who podcast I do. It's called Earth Station Who. And we basically, you know, every other week we talk about older episodes of Doctor Who or Big Finish or fandom. And so it's pretty cool. Like the next episode after this one is going to be one of our panels that we did at Dragoncon this year. So it was pretty awesome. So it's pretty cool.
What do you think of the virtual con experience?
Dragoncon did an amazing job for it. I also was involved with San Diego's virtual con this year, and it was a joke compared to what Dragoncon did and everything. I was not impressed with what San Diego did. It was a lot of it was kind of boring and everything. Like half the panels with the celebrities, they didn't even feel like it felt like they didn't even really want to be there for a lot of those. And I'm not trying to badmouth San Diego. The folks who put it on did a great job or anything like that. But with, you know, Dragoncon, they had from Thursday afternoon till Monday evening, 24-hour programming all the way through. 3 channels free to everybody through their Dragoncon TV, a fan track, and then also older things that they did for Dragoncon TV over the years. And it was awesome. But all the fan tracks also had 24-hour programming. So I was on, during Dragoncon weekend, I was on 16 different panels. So
wow,
that was nice.
Oh yeah, so it was pretty awesome. So it's cool, you know, what we had and everything. So it was a great time and everything. Dragoncon is always, you know, that's always going to be my home con, but you know, we do cons all around the country and such. So which is pretty cool. Once cons kick in again, whenever that could be, because they just announced that Gallifrey for 2021 is canceled. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So if I could ask, Mike, are you
Sure.
in the Atlanta area?
Yeah, I live right.
Oh, okay.
I live about 20 miles north of Atlanta.
Okay.
But I've lived here for about 18 years now. Before that, I lived out in Seattle, and then I lived in LA for a bit, and I worked for the movie industry. And then I grew up on the East Coast, like New York and Maryland. So
just running away from winter.
Kind of, sort of. But, I don't know. We might be eventually going back to it because we're actually starting to talk about leaving Georgia just because it's getting too gross, weather-wise. It's getting too hot in the summers and everything. And so we're looking at maybe even going out to Denver or maybe back up north. So maybe like Massachusetts or New York State or something. So, and I could work the job I do in real life. I can work wherever, which is pretty cool.
Too, isn't it, Atlanta's expanding rapidly too? Because I have a friend that lives down there, and it's just blowing up, and that's causing some issues in regards to real estate prices and stuff like that. Correct?
Yeah, it's still cheaper than say Seattle, New York, stuff, but it is growing completely. Like the suburbs are just like, and they don't have any mass transit here worth talking about. They have a subway system that goes nowhere. They have,
I rode that subway station or that subway.
Yeah,
I've rode it.
Is that going in circles?
Well, literally,
pretty much.
The subway system here is like Ultraman's, thing where he goes like, it's like a big T. Not to put the geek into it, but it's awesome. It goes from the airport to downtown if you want to do that, which is great for people who go to Dragoncon because they could fly in and then just take the subway up to the hotels. Because literally, there's a subway stop at Peachtree Center, which is right where it's literally the next stop from the downtown stop. So it's pretty awesome and everything. So, and it's because what they call Dragoncon, they call it Nerdy Gras, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
Because it is one huge party and everything. And I could tell you guys stories off the air that will get me thrown off the air. Things we've seen, things we've done, stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome. And that's what's different about it than San Diego or New York Comic Con or even, some of the ones in Chicago and up in Seattle, is those are in convention centers and they close like at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, where Dragoncon is in the hotels and programming goes all the way up till almost 2 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
And everything. And then it starts back up at 8 a.m. But in that period, since they're in all the programming, a lot of it is in the hotels. Also, there's parties going on and there's huge cosplays galore. You could see it's just awesome and everything. Not that you guys brought me on here to talk about Dragoncon, so let me talk about other things.
Before we shift topics, is that your favorite con then? It sounds like it. It sounds like Dragoncon.
It is because it's the one I'm mostly affiliated with.
Sure.
And everything. We've been to WonderCon. We've been to MegaCon down in Orlando. We've done, and those are all fun. The one I want to go to next, I think, is Emerald City out in Seattle, which is supposed to be amazing and everything. Nice. They actually started Emerald City 2 years after I left Seattle because I left Seattle in 2002 and everything. And so it was, from what friends say, it's supposed to be amazing and everything, ranking up there almost with San Diego with, the stuff that goes on and everything. So, but it's interesting too, because San Diego is almost like how do I say this? It's almost like a trade show. Same thing with New York Comic Con, where they have all the big studios come in and they have, like all the big announcements. Here's the preview for Bill and Ted 4 or, the next Avengers movie and, stuff like that. And but where you have other cons like, you have MegaCon or you have Dragoncon or you have Emerald City, or you guys have a couple up in Ohio. I know you have some fairly decent sized cons and stuff like that, and it's like those are more fan run shows where it's by the fans for the fans, which is pretty awesome. So it's completely different. So
Mike, if I could ask the question, because we're all podcasters here on this platform.
Ask away, man.
What is the best part of podcasting, and what is the worst part of podcasting?
Truthfully, a lot of it is, with podcasting, a lot of it is, I've been doing podcasting for 12 years. And so I started off, hey, I those guys are talking about geeky stuff. I could do that too. So I did that kind of thing. And that's how I got into podcasting. I just wrote a couple podcasters I listened to. Hey, do you need a co-host? How do you do this type thing? So I co-hosted on a couple podcasts for about a year or two before I started my own thing. And it's great because you could be yourself. You could talk about anything you want. There could be podcasts about anything. And that's the great thing about podcasting. So with the show and, what I do or what we do with our network that we have, and, I even teach classes now on how to podcast and everything. So when I go to cons, that's one of the panels I do also at every show I do is, the ups and downs of being a podcaster and everything. Or it used to be called Podcasting 101, but now it's more called digital media because you could do video podcasts. It's like you guys are doing. And, you can do, audio podcasts like we do because we don't do any video right now. We do video mostly to communicate between each other so we don't talk over each other when we're doing stuff and everything. But, and we, it's something we're going to grow into eventually because, there's so many different platforms now. There's Twitch, there's YouTube, there's basically, or wherever, Amazon's even getting into the podcasting biz now. Everyone just started doing, podcasting with, Amazon, and Audible is now a big player in it. They just started this last week of all places. So now you can listen to it and go, hey, Alexa, tell me, play Earth Station 1 for me. And it does. It's really awesome, type thing, which is pretty cool. But the ups and downs of it, the ups is, like I said, you could do whatever you want. There's a podcast now for any topic that you could ever think about talking about. You could talk, anything from very G-rated to XXX topics. There's podcasts out there for it. And it's really awesome and everything. The downfall is how much misinformation there is about podcasting nowadays, and you have people taking advantage of that. You can go onto Facebook into any of the podcasting groups and you could see, hey, you want to get 100,000 listeners within your first week, give me, pay me $100 or $200 to, do this. And these guys disappear. And it was only a matter of time till you got that, want to get new and newsworthy on Apple or, all these different things. And there's people taking advantage of that, which is really crappy. I don't know if you guys can curse on your show.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. Go right ahead.
Fucking sucks, man. So, but yeah, it is awesome that, anybody could podcast nowadays. First thing I teach people when they take my class, see this phone you have right in front of you? That's how you do your first podcast. Just talk into it. Just talk about anything you want. See how your voice sounds. See if you like what it sounds like. See if you can have an interesting topic. If you could be entertaining to somebody, you don't have to have 100,000 listeners. You could have 50 listeners. You could have 100 listeners. It really doesn't matter as long as you're enjoying doing it. Some of the downfalls of it is people get into podcasting for the wrong reasons and everything. One of the things people get into podcasting is they think they're going to become fabulously wealthy, by podcasting and everything. As you could tell, I am living the life of luxury here. And, after 12 years, no, I'm not. That's the thing. The only people who are getting, even be able to, make money off of it, if you're a big celebrity or if you're a name, pretty much, if you're a Marin, if you're a Smith, if you're a Rogan, names like those who are celebrities who do not make their living off of podcasting. They, you don't see Kevin Smith saying, hey, I'm going to give up making the next Clerks movie because I want to just podcast all the time. Yes, he does podcast all the time, but he also does directing and everything too. Or Mark Maron, he's not going to give up stand up. He's not going to give up being on the next season of Glow just to podcast, even though his podcast, he makes money off of it, folks. You will, if you do things right, you can make some money from podcasting, but you won't get rich off of it and everything. And the other thing is, as I tell people, and this is a well-known fact, is 90% of the podcasts that start up will not make it past its 10th episode. Because a lot of people think when you podcast, literally, all right, I've recorded my music, I recorded my podcast, blah, blah, blah. Let's put it out. No, you also have to put it out there. You have to edit it. You have to promote it. There's so much. You have to have a website. You have to have, an RSS feed. You have to have all this different thing. People don't realize how much work there is to podcasting. And so it's kind of, it's a double-edged sword. It's a blast to do, but damn it, it takes up so much time. And I come up with ideas for podcasts all the time. Just for hell of it, in our Facebook group about a week ago, I threw up there, hey, would anyone listen to Earth Station Trek? And so starting a Star Trek podcast, or we got over 200 people saying, yes, I want to hear it. I definitely want to hear this show. And I went to my wife. It's like, honey, I got an idea for a new podcast. Her rule is, if I do another podcast, she gets another dog. We already have 4 dogs, folks. So, and they're big dogs. They're not small little, rat terriers or something like that. No. So, so that also holds me up from actually doing another podcast.
Right.
So
the price of dog food.
Exactly.
I was curious, since, it seems that you cover a whole range of sci-fi nerd culture type topics. Is there a property or a franchise out there where you're kind of like, I just don't get it. I just don't see it. But
yeah, a couple of them actually that I just never got into. And this might cost me, some respect there, but I never got into Supernatural at all and everything. So we have people who's like, oh, you've never watched Supernatural, blah, blah, blah. But I also never, there's some other ones, like I never got into a lot of the anime stuff and everything. It's like, and it's the running joke at Dragoncon with us that if we don't recognize a costume, it must be either a video game or anime. So, right. I just don't understand. My son loves it. My son's about to be 20 and he basically is like, Dad, that's what's, I need him almost as a translator for me at the cons. It's like, that's how old I'm getting, as you can tell by the gray here, and so it's pretty obvious, but it's cool. But the cool thing with being a geek is also another word for passion. On Earth Station 1, we do a segment. It's called the Geek Seat. And you all are invited to go out for the Geek Seat sometime. Would love to have each one of you guys to do it. But, what the thing with the Geek Seat is, we've had celebrities, we've had artists, we've had writers, we've had athletes, we've had, scientists, we've had everybody you could think of in the Geek Seat, because the Geek Seat is another word for passion. Basically, because when people say, oh, I don't want to be on your show, I'm not a geek. I said, oh, so you don't like sports, you don't like nature, you don't like hiking, you don't like artwork, you don't like music, blah, blah, blah. Anything you're passionate about, you're a geek about. Even, somebody who's a chef, like one of my, big gets that I would love to get the guy from Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives on, I would love to have him. I'd love to have Kevin Smith on the show, type thing, different people who, I would just love to have. I think Guy Fieri would be a trip to have on the show and everything, so it's just really cool stuff to talk about and to have people show, so it's pretty cool.
I want to bring you into something we've been geeking out about today. And
sure.
I got the loveliest commercial to first bring up with you on the podcast.
You're not, don't do the
What?
ice cream one. What are you doing to this man?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't need to see the ice cream one again. Calm down, John.
Oh no. Oh no.
Into all of our lives.
Let's see this.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, that's really aggressive.
This is super.
Wow. She's kind of cute though.
You're not wrong.
What the hell?
Wow.
Wow.
What? He's all about
Where?
Oh my gosh.
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa! What the hell? Wow. Where the hell did you find that thing?
It's a furniture store in Cleveland, Ohio. Apparently, it's one of our listeners.
Apparently on YouTube.
Wow.
Holy shit. That was wow.
Wow.
Yikes.
Wow is the good word for it.
Yeah.
That was a lot more rough than the other ones, for sure.
Yeah. I'm shocked they got that on the air.
I'm sorry, Jason. Not even Norton could save that commercial, man.
No.
I can only go by the titles.
I was hoping Norton would come in and be like a hero, but no.
Like separate him or something. Be like,
yeah, Norton.
I thought he was going to karate chop him.
Yeah. Man,
be like,
that kind of bummed me out. I'm not going to lie, Jay.
Yeah, Jason.
Wow.
I've lost some respect for the Norton furniture store.
Let's see if we can get it back real quick, John.
All right.
Okay. This is a 50-50 here.
Oh, we got a countdown for this one.
And this was made in 2007?
Yeah.
That's by credit.
Is that the same elephant from the Noah one?
I think it is.
People have credit problems. Northern Furniture's here.
What the hell?
Now, seriously, if you can't get credit in my store, you can't get credit anywhere.
They just decided to not use the green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that there's someone out there who has probably done like green screen, put like their own footage behind there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
The elephant there, was that
2001?
Was that elephant the one that was the shower? Was that the Flintstone shower?
Shower, yeah.
Yeah. It also looked like it was the same woman from the other commercial that we saw.
They're all the same people for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
It's probably
Wow.
a family business.
We got one here
Yeah.
from University.
Oh,
Oh, God,
okay.
not
These are okay. I like the Lincoln ones so far.
I don't get these.
Fire. What? All right.
Oh, ow.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
What?
Wait a minute.
hell?
What's the grammar on that? Come to an open day? What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is that
What?
real? Is it really real?
I don't know.
No.
Like I tried to research this, and there are so many University of Lincolns
Yeah.
that I will figure this out, but it will take some time.
Wait, can I just say there's so many University of Lincolns? Could you imagine the guy that wants to go to that one and he keeps going to the wrong one? He's like, "Hello, I'd like to apply for the University of Lincoln. Are you the one
after the dinosaurs? I want to go to that one."
Yeah.
it looked like a meme off of that Power Thirst video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like the female caveman, but that's okay.
I couldn't tell what they were doing in that one, if it was caveman or if it was Viking or something at first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they were trying to be quasi Flintstone or something like that.
Yes.
Mike, if I could ask, what's the do you have maybe one or two, like, since you have all your Funko Pops and that, is there one or two things that you have in your collection that you are most proud of?
Yeah. A couple of them I do. I have very rare Yellow Submarine pop figures.
The
Beatles from
Sweet.
the Beatles. And it was awesome. I found them at a con I was working down in South Georgia. And this guy had a junk table that he didn't know what he had. And he had the Beatles there. And they were selling them for $10 each.
Wow.
And it's like, I think the John Lennon right now is going for $200 or something like that. And that's nothing compared to some of the pops I've seen, out there. There's pops out there that are over a couple thousand, and everything.
Like, is there going to be a point where Funko Pops are just going to be the new currency of the world?
It would be wonderful. I'd be ready for it, so it's okay, But it was funny. I was being interviewed the other day, and some guy, who up in New York who was interviewing me, he had never heard of Funko Pops. He was like, what are these? And it's like, so I pulled out, it's like I just grabbed like one of them I have over here on my desk. So I pulled out the Weird Al one for him, So it's pretty awesome. And, and I have my son to blame for these anyway, because I was not into them. I thought, oh, look at the black eyes. They're soulless. They don't have, it's kind of freaking me out and everything. And then my son just started getting them, and he started showing me some of them that he got. And that got me hooked. And it's just like, okay. It's like I have all the Doctor Who ones. I have all the, all the Game of Thrones, or the ones I'm getting now are like the Umbrella Academy ones and, stuff like that. And I don't even get all of them like I used to. I've actually had to cut back and everything on the ones I get.
How long have Funkos been like this kind of active in the scene?
Probably around since about 2000. It's almost 20 years. And everything. And, people are saying, oh, they're the next Beanie Babies and stuff like that.
They're still going. It's like
exactly. So it's just like they're still going, and they're just, they have all the con exclusives. I was just looking at the New York Comic Con exclusives that they're coming out with. And, I'm like, oh, I want that one. I want that one, but I've cut back. It used to be, all right, every once a week I'd go to like Barnes and Noble or Hot Topic or someplace like that to go, and I walk out with like a box full of pop figures and everything. And I had to stop that. I'd go broke if I kept on doing that and everything. And there's just some, it's just like, it's funny though, because it's like I collect comics very rarely anymore. I've cut back. I get trades now and stuff like that instead, because there's just not, like, the comic industry, there's just not tons that are just like blowing me away like I used to be. And especially from DC and Marvel, there's some I've picked up. I was like a huge Legion of Superheroes fan and everything growing up, and so I still like, I pick up those every, once they brought the series back with Michael Bendis doing it. And then it's also who else am I following right now that I get regularly? The Boys, which is also a TV show, which is just awesome. And I know they're coming about. Gerald Way is about to come out with a new series of Umbrella Academy. So so it's interesting with that kind of stuff. So it's kind of cool.
Mike, did you watch Orphan Black?
Yes, and I'm really impressed that she's gonna be playing She-Hulk.
I know,
which is pretty awesome.
Watched Orphan Black, so they don't understand how awesome it is that Tatiana Maslany is in. Well,
she played all those different characters. It was just awesome, to be able to do that, like 5 different versions of herself, and it was really fun to see. And she's so frippin' talented. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what she will do with She-Hulk.
And she was also really good at playing the clones, as if one clone was trying to pretend to be a different clone. She was really good at playing that with the slight awkward edge as well.
Yep. And everything so yeah, it was interesting. Orphan Black was fun. I started losing interest towards the end of it though. Yeah, me too. Like who's a clone, who's not a clone, it's just like okay, type thing. So it's there's cool stuff out there, and I'm always open to looking for new TV shows, trying to figure out what it is. But it's like, there's so much geekiness to talk about and such, all COVID did was screw up our schedule, because, we review new movies when they come out and everything. But, since there's no real new movies coming out, our summer schedule got thrown out the window. And so we had to plop in, instead of new movies, we did classic movies. That's and fun. It's kind of, and so it's pretty cool, so that's why we did The Godfather, that's why, we did earlier in the summer, It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World, or we did Strangers on a Train, because it's one of Alfred Hitchcock's best movies, it's stuff like that. But even more, recent ones that we've done, we did Airplane 1 and 2, so, because, so it's pretty cool like that. For Dragoncon, because we do, as the podcast, we do 2 panels for them. We did 12 Monkeys. And then we also did, what was the other? Real Genius. The 1985 movie, with Val Kilmer in it, which was really awesome and everything. As we like to call it, it's the anti-Revenge of the Nerds movie, which is kind of cool.
Yes,
it shows.
It also
what's up?
Oh, sorry. Also firmly established William Atherton as being that authority figure you want to upset.
Oh God, yeah. It's like the whole time with
Ghostbusters.
Exactly. It's like, oh wait a minute, that's the guy who has no dick. It's like it's awesome. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. So it's awesome when it comes to that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's we just talk about everything. We talk. Depends what the topic is. Like we're scheduled out all the way. We've already just recently scheduled out to March.
Wow.
But it's like it's just each week's topic, but that can change. If somebody passes away or if there's a big announcement, stuff like that. We could change it up all the time, and like we have tentatively like at Christmas time, Wonder Woman ? Dune ? James Bond ? So it's pretty cool. So like, in place of it, I think one of the movie releases, I think when Wonder Woman was supposed to come out or something, I think we're going to be doing our favorite movie soundtracks, and we'll have people on, we'll talk about what our favorite songs from the soundtrack, and I will slap anyone who comes out and says Hamilton right away, Hamilton is a great soundtrack, but it's too new, type thing.
Yeah. Well, and also that's it. You mean like more just soundtrack as in like supporting the actual movie, not the soundtrack is the movie, perhaps,
or some. It could be either. It could be either. Because like a couple of my favorite soundtracks are, I would do Pulp Fiction. Was an amazing soundtrack, literally from the opening scene, I love you, honey bunny, I love you, that scene when they're in the diner together, and then any of you motherfuckers, speak, I'll shoot the and then they go into Mary's Lou by Dick Dale, which is awesome, and it's just it's like, and it's just like that won me over completely when I saw that movie. And it's just awesome. But it's like also another movie. There was a movie called Singles back in the early 90s, which was Matt Dillon and Bridget Fonda, and it took place all in Seattle. And I had just moved to Seattle at that point at the beginning of the grunge movement, and it was just awesome and everything. I got to literally see bands like Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, stuff like that in warehouses before they even played clubs and everything. And it was just awesome to do. And that's what that movie represented for me. So it was just some awesome stuff. Nirvana had already broken by that point, but it was like, it was still cool. Everyone's still, in the crowd was like, oh, Kurt Cobain, he's a jerk, that type of thing, type thing. Now it's like, oh, Kurt Cobain, and everything. But back then it was like, it was pretty awesome. So yeah, we're going to be talking about all different stuff on our show. And, like I said, we have Earth Station 1, which is the Total Geek one, but then we have Earth Station Who, which is our Doctor Who podcast. And because that's how we got started in the network, actually, is we were doing Earth Station 1, and people started writing us and say, we like your show, but you're talking way too much about Doctor Who. And so we said, why don't we spin it off into a Doctor Who podcast so we could do both? And then another friend of mine was like, hey, I've got a science podcast. Can we join up with you? And hence the ESO network was born. And now we're up to 22 shows. But by the end of October, we will have 26 shows or 27.
Awesome.
But we also have a set limit on how many shows we're going to take onto the network, and we get shows writing us each week, probably at least 5 shows. Hey, can we join your network and everything? We are selective. We just don't take, oh, you want to be part of the network? Sure, come on in, type thing. So it's pretty awesome, and we've got some great folks on the network, and we've got a science show, we've got a wrestling show, we've got a DCU show, we've got general geekiness, we have a couple Doctor Who podcasts, we have someone who talks about problems in his head. No, we don't have a Matlock show. Sorry to disappoint.
We have Matlock show on.
That's right. We have the only Matlock show on the planet.
Exactly. You know, you might as well start a Murder She Wrote podcast while you're at it. You're gonna be
trying.
I mean, you know,
Mike, I can tell you that John and I had no idea how big Matt Talk would get, and we are shocked by the number of downloads we
are.
You know, you could do a companion one. You could also do an Andy of Mayberry podcast too, which would be a really, 1 year for April Fools. I just kept on throwing out throughout the day up onto our Facebook group. I kept on throwing out, different podcasts and stuff. Like I threw out Earth Station Hee Haw, or Earth Station Lancelot Link, and one time, and then I'd put Earth Station Mayberry. We got so many people who wanted the Andy Griffith show and everything. It would have been,
Happy Days.
Oh no, no. Once they killed off Chuck, that was it. Or actually, you don't know what happened to Chuck. He just disappeared.
Yeah, he just went off the basketball practice.
Even at family reunions, they never mentioned it, or whatever. There was talk on the show back then. And my head is full of useless information. So this is how I know this, that they were going to actually write him off and say he went off to Vietnam or something like that, and, he got killed off or something like that. A very special episode of Happy Days, Exactly. So it's kind of cool. So, yeah. So, we came up with all these different stuff and a couple of them stuck. That's how I got the DCU podcast up there, on our network, is because I put it up as a joke and somebody said, I'll host that. I was like, okay. So I walked them through on how to do a podcast, and basically it went from there. And, I was real disappointed nobody wanted to do the Air Station Hee Haw one. Oh, well. so, it's cool. Wild Wild West would be a great one to do. Go do an episode by episode show of the Wild Wild West would be awesome. Or, there's like so many ideas for podcasts. You got to be careful though, because, you got to go through and, see who else is doing that podcast also. Because if it's a specialized podcast, you don't want to do the same thing. I had thought about doing a song by song Weird Al podcast actually at one point. Just starting with his first album and go song by song by song all the way through his last one. And somebody had already done it. So it's like, oh, well, because friends of mine over in St. Louis, they do Beyond, Face the Music. It's an Electric Light Orchestra podcast. And they do the same thing. And everything go, song by song with the ELO, and, which is really awesome. But they're going to get to a point where they're going to stop because, they'll hit the end of what Jeff Lynne has done. So it's pretty cool.
That sounds great. I sincerely, if Matt Talk continues to be a success, I think I'm going to do Gilligan's Island, because I think that could be fun to discuss with somebody.
Mm-hmm. Why did no one get pregnant on Gilligan's Island? that type of thing.
It's going to be 3 hours long.
Dude, John and I did like almost an hour on Matt Talk.
Or what did a friend of mine once said, about Gilligan's Island, after how many years they were on that island, even Mrs. Howell would start looking good,
No.
So, it's just, I know that's sexist of me, but oh well. But, it's some fun stuff. And like you said, just have fun with podcasting. And that's what the great thing about doing this is just you meet great people. You meet, celebrities if you want to, if that's your thing. You meet, people you've looked up to. I met George Perez and Marv Wolfman. And, I geeked out about them because I grew up with them, Teen Titans, Crisis on Infinite Earths, George's Wonder Woman, Marv doing, the vampire, Dracula and everything. It's just like, there's just so much awesome stuff, that, these guys were about. It's just like, oh, you guys are my heroes, and it's just like, I got to remember, don't geek out, don't geek out, don't geek out. Got to play it cool when you're doing it and everything.
The podcast took me to Saudi Arabia, but that wasn't even the craziest part of that whole experience. I'm sitting in the green room next to Steven Seagal and William Shatner, and they're discussing real estate with each other. Like, never in my life did I think I'd be in a room with William Shatner, let alone sitting next to Steven Seagal, where they're talking about real estate. It was a surreal moment. I'm like just sitting there, like, what has my life become?
Mm-hmm. Well, exactly.
A friend who bought an island.
Well, exactly. And it's just, you never know the situations you're going to be. You know, one of the best things was, I was standing in a room, at a panel room at Dragoncon 2 years ago, and all of a sudden, it's a Planet of the Apes panel, and people dress up for these panels and stuff. And so there were people in full ape gear, like looking from the original 1960s movies. And all of a sudden, Peter Capaldi, the doctor, ran in there. Apes! There be apes here. He says, why didn't you tell me there would be apes? And his handler was chasing after him. They had just been walking through the hall, and he peeked in, and he just got so excited because he's a huge Planet of the Apes geek and everything. And just to see that and everything was just like, he's real. He's, so it's pretty awesome.
That is fantastic. We're going to be wrapping this up here very, very soon. I got a kid's soccer game I got to get to. But, I know. Soccer.
Soccer. Ooh.
Children.
Hey, John, isn't there a podcast on the internet for the elderly that should probably discuss?
4 p.m. dinner.
We've only mentioned it twice. I mean, yes, but we're talking about Matt Talk, of course. It's the only Matlock-themed podcast on the face of the planet. Jason and I, every edition, sit down and discuss and review and maybe even poke fun at a classic episode of Matlock. We are starting in season 1. We have, 7 episodes up, and you should definitely check it out. It drops the 2nd and 4th Monday of every month. We just last week dropped The Dawn, which is a 2-parter that features some heavy hitters when it comes to guest stars, by the way.
Jake and the Fat Man. That's the one with Jake and the Fat Man, right?
Yeah, Jake and the Fat Man debut on that show. Or not debut, but appear on that show. And so check it out, anchor.fm/Matt Talk or wherever you find podcasts.
And we have a somewhat of a schedule going on with our podcast. So you get the 3 Geeks Live on Sundays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. There's a new show for you at 5 p.m. Except on Thursdays, it'll be a replay of this show. And then Saturday, if there's anything special, we will drop it for you. Mike, tell everybody where they can find you.
Sure. You can find me at earthstation1.com, or you can find me at earthstationwho.com, or you can find me at the ESO Network, which is our podcast network. We have a great Facebook group up on Facebook. Obviously, we're up on Instagram, Twitter, but we mostly all hang out at our Facebook group under ESO Network, and we have a great group. Feel free to join in the discussion. We post all geeky news stories. We talk all about it and everything. If you guys want to find me, friend me up on Facebook or, wherever, where you can find us wherever fine podcasts are found. We're even up on the new Amazon formats and everything under any of our shows. And, definitely talk to us. We're not proud. We will talk to anybody. It's pretty cool.
Mike, I want to get you on an episode of Remake Revolution, which we can talk to as soon as we end this broadcast.
Yep.
Check out McGTV. Go to youtube.com/Mike McGTV. He just dropped the recent Remake Revolution for Showgirls. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, if you didn't catch it on the live broadcast, this is one to go back and check out. The 2 teams came with full scripts devoted to Showgirls, some advertising, which you've seen play obsessively on this podcast. Check out John at pbdcast.com. And from all of us, have a great day. Recycle your droid.